Alright, so bottom line, everybody knows why I'm here. The Saints lost, bro. The Saints did lose, unfortunately. I believe the score was 31-24. And Foster Moreau drops a game-winning or game-tying touchdown. My mistake. I'm Cade. I'm not here with my co-host right now, but I'm Cato, one half of the show today. And today we're going to be talking about the Saints because the Saints have just been such a lackluster or just disappointing franchise to get this year started, especially me being a Saints fan. You know, I was expecting more. You know, I thought, hey, we have Kamara, we have Michael Thomas, you know, even guys like we have Traquan Smith who ended up getting cut. We have Chris Olave, of course, the young stud. We have a lot of dudes on the defense: Lattimore, Demario Davis, Cameron Jordan. Like, we seem to have all the pieces in place, and then we bring in Derek Carr. And Derek Carr has kind of shown so far not to be the guy that everyone thought he was going to be. We thought that we could bring in this stable, steady pocket passer, and that has not been the case. You know, he doesn't distribute the ball downfield at all, and I think that's the biggest frustration that's coming out of this fan base right now is, why are we paying a quarterback so much money if he's going to do what Drew Brees was doing before he retired? Now, given Drew Brees is one of the most accurate passers of all time, is one of the best quarterbacks to ever play in the NFL, so obviously he was a lot more efficient and a lot more successful with that style of play. But Derek Carr, you know, coming from a Raiders offense where it was a lot of Devontae Adams and hitting Hunter Henry over the middle, or not, sorry, Hunter Renfrow, not Hunter Henry. But, you know, hitting Hunter Renfrow over the middle, and then, you know, one year that was Zay Jones on the other side. Last year it was Matt Collins. Like, we see that Derek Carr can push the ball down the field in his career. I don't know if his shoulder is still aggravated from when he did just recently injure it, but it's just very frustrating. I mean, we give a quarterback a ton of money in a year where we are kind of just seemingly kicking the can down the road more and more and more, as the Saints love to do for some reason. We continue to kind of push the cap deadline down the road, which is keeping our Super Bowl window and our contending window open for longer, but not if we're making bad moves like this. I think, you know, there wasn't a lot of good quarterback options this past offseason, but you definitely could have taken a shot on one of these more athletic quarterbacks, and they chose not to. So now it's kind of, what are we going to do with Derek Carr here for the future? Because he's not leaving anytime soon. We can't just get rid of him. Can't just cut him. Be too much dead cap. Be too much of a salary problem in general. So I think, you know, for me, moving forward, we have to, number one, get Derek Carr to the point where he can push the ball down the field, or this offense is not going to be successful. We have too many good receivers. Rashid Shaheed is now another one of them. On top of everybody else, we have a really good receiving trio. We have Jawan Johnson, who's played really well at tight end. Obviously, Alvin Kamara, one of the better backs in the league. It's just, we have a good defense. We just need that quarterback position to be solid and guys to stay healthy. And given, you know, we won games without Kamara for those first 4 weeks, but now he's back, and we need to learn how to incorporate him into the offense and keep him incorporated, but also use our other weapons, or else this team is never going to go anywhere. So, you know, just very, very frustrating, disappointing for sure. We stand at 3-4 now, and, you know, I think the only really place we can go is up from here. I mean, I would not be surprised to see a Jameis Winston revival there in New Orleans, but it's honestly unlikely considering the money that we're paying him, and just considering the situation. I mean, this is who the coaching staff chose to bring in to play the position, and I mean, the coaching staff alone as well has also been a problem with the offensive coordinator just not being able to scheme guys open. It just looks like a messy offense. We have too many skilled playmakers to be doing it this way. I think if we had, a lot of these other offensive coordinators are, in Detroit, that are in Kansas City, that are, just are in places that seem to succeed. If you put our offense with one of those schemes, we have a very good offense. We just have to find the right guy to run it. We have to find the right scheme, and we have to find a way to get everybody the ball because, like I said, too many playmakers, too many threats to be having everyone all bottled up. And Derek Carr just has to get to a point where he got to unlock that. So really the only place to go from here is up. Hopefully, hopefully it takes more of a turn and gets a lot better from here. I think, it's just little things like pushing the ball down the field and also just, on the defensive side of things, don't make us have to score 24 points, easier said than done on a good offense like the Jags are, but, just disappointing, very, very disappointing, and not what I expected out of my Saints this year. But still hoping that, I'm an optimistic person, but I'm also a realistic person. And I think, we are realistically looking at a 9-8 to 10-7 season. But I don't think we should lose more than 9 games. I mean, we're too good to lose 9 games. And if we're losing 9 games, like, it is 100% sure that we need to make a humongous change in that coaching staff. Because I know that there's other guys around the NFL that can get this offense to where it needs to go. So, I appreciate y'all sitting in, listening on the rant. Sorry that, content has been kind of slow. I'm going to try to speed things up. I'm going to try to get, work with Garrett to make sure that content is consistently dropping again. Things did get a little busy, but now, I've moved to a different location and things like that, so I can kind of focus more on the podcast now. We really appreciate anybody's support. Please, be on the lookout for our edits, be on the lookout for our pick'em slips, and be on the lookout for more videos like this. Appreciate y'all, and I'll talk to you next time. Out.
A child I've ever known. It's a dark place to be. It's the National Football League. It doesn't come down to one play, but it comes down to one play. The team fought. The team fought as hard as we did, and it's just unacceptable. It's just pathetic.